Hi, my name is Tim Dupree, and I'm the president of Kelly Professional and Industrial, a business unit of specialty talent and workforce solutions provider Kelly. We're based in Troy, Michigan, and place over 350,000 job seekers with companies around the globe every year. We work with some of the world's largest companies, and several of you, in fact, are in the audience today. It's a pleasure to join you virtually and share my perspectives on the labor market and what I believe is the next big thing in talent management. Today's labor market seems to defy gravity. Month after month, we're seeing strong job growth, great employment growth despite a slowing economy, significant inflation, and recession fears. Job openings are at near record levels. The unemployment rate is holding steady. Payrolls are growing. Wages are significantly increasing as well. In fact, this August, employment reached 152.7 million, exceeding pre-pandemic levels in February of 2020 when COVID-19 put the labor market into a tailspin. A lot's changed since then, and most job seekers and many employers have had to really redefine when, where, and how we work. The rise of remote work, the Great Resignation, and quiet quitting all have had massive impacts on talent management, and they certainly haven't made it easier for employers to attract and retain workers. At a time when job openings continue to outnumber job seekers by 2 to 1, workers have strong command of their market power. They know that they're in high demand, and they believe that they can find a new position better and quickly. Yes, there are certain sectors where the demand for talent has softened and even layoffs have occurred. But overall, this is still very much a job seeker's market. In this environment, an organization's ability to attract and retain talent is one of its biggest drivers for success. After all, how do you produce, move goods, or provide great service without skilled workers? The first thing employers must do is acknowledge that worker priorities have shifted over the past 2.5 years, and that employee experience has become an increasingly important driver for talent attraction and retention. Job seekers are driven by better pay and benefits, of course, but based on our experiences, they are also motivated by other factors, including flexible work, career growth, and a company's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Unfortunately, too often these factors are an afterthought in talent management. In addition, we've discovered that many employers have unnecessary hiring barriers in place that make talent attraction more difficult than it has to be. They're often unaware that they are overlooking certain talent groups entirely. So, I think that while the past 2.5 years were about the Great Resignation, the next several years will be about the Great Redesign, a permanent shift in how employers manage talent. So what should this shift look like exactly, and what should employers focus on to improve their ability to attract and retain talent? Talent management is complex, and there is a multitude of factors to consider. Today, I'd like to highlight 3 big things employers should focus on. Standing out as flexible employers, standing up for the silent workforce, and finally, not standing in the way of career development. Let's talk about the first one, standing out as flexible employers. The surge in remote and hybrid work during the pandemic has dramatically altered where, when, and how work is performed. For many traditional workers, autonomy and empowerment are now key benefits that were previously limited to a large degree to free agents and gig workers. Companies must adapt by making themselves stand out as flexible employers. How? By offering 4-day work weeks, remote, hybrid work engagements, even shift sharing where possible. Some of our clients are actually now offering 8, 10, and 12-hour shifts to be as flexible as possible, and some are even considering flex time to better accommodate employees' life-work design. We'll see more of this, particularly in services and knowledge-based sectors in the future. Kelly has offered flexible remote work options for more than a decade. We've offered at-home call center jobs since 2010, and today employ more than 6,000 remote agents in our contact center outsourcing business called Kelly Connect. 6 years ago, we introduced our popular Kelly Anywhere program to allow our corporate employees the option to either work remotely, either full-time or part-time, and ultimately personalize their work-life design. The technology infrastructure that we put in place allowed us to seamlessly transition to a fully remote work environment at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in early 2020. Today, many of our corporate employees have opted to keep working from home full-time. It allows us to recruit the best talent from virtually anywhere. Number 2, standing up for the silent workforce. A diverse and inclusive talent pipeline is the only answer to meeting the labor challenges of our time. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a topic that we're very intentional about at Kelly because it's the right thing to do and it's good business, especially in today's labor environment. While there's a lot of talk about how difficult it is for companies to find workers, very few companies are talking about how difficult it is for many qualified job seekers to find work. Researchers call these job seekers the hidden or silent workforce. They include those workers with a criminal record, which is about 33% of working age Americans, those on the autistic spectrum, 80% of whom are unemployed, and veterans without a 4-year degree, and opportunity youth, those who grew up in poverty, for example. These job seekers often face outdated and unjust hiring practices that disqualify them from employment. Kelly works with clients to knock down barriers to work and make it easier to recruit from these talent groups. We have changed our own hiring practices, including criminal background adjudication processes, to expand second chance opportunities to job seekers with non-violent, non-relevant criminal records. We removed questions about criminal history from internal employment applications, and we updated our policies around minor drug offenses to allow more people to access well-paying jobs. Most of our clients follow our process for individualized screenings of candidate criminal background records to evaluate whether the criminal conduct is related to a specific position. With those clients who have more strict policies in place, we encourage them to update their processes and policies. At Kelly, we introduce several initiatives to support hidden workers. Kelly 33 connects job seekers who have a criminal background with employers in need of their skills. The program increases talent pools and reduces turnover. The program was inspired by a collaboration with Toyota in Georgetown, Kentucky, where the talent pool went up 20% and turnover at the plant was reduced by 70% and diversity increased by 8%. We recently pursued a similar strategy with a large retail distributor of home decor and furniture who had fallen behind production because of staffing shortages. We collaborated with local work release programs to recruit 200 individuals with nonviolent, non-relevant criminal records. The client quickly recovered production levels and now wants to replicate this efforts in other locations across the country. Simply by relaxing policies around criminal history, we help clients find the talent they need while providing opportunities for formerly overlooked members of the community. Kelly Discover places job seekers on the autism spectrum, opportunity, talent, and veterans in IT roles where attention to detail and quality is critical. The program provides training to HR teams and career coaching to the talent placed. We recently helped a large manufacturer of agricultural equipment who was looking to fill several credit processing specialist positions. Knowing that these roles were particularly suited for individuals with autism, we filled the positions with neurodivergent candidates. Candidates placed through these programs are consistently among the highest performing and most reliable workers, and many transition to full-time permanent roles with our clients. Number 3, not standing in the way of career development. The talent shortage today may be better described as a skills gap that is widening due to structural issues that existed pre-pandemic but have accelerated since. Differences in education, skills, and training required for a specific job mean that workers can't always move from sector to sector. A hospitality worker, for example, may not be qualified to be a machinist. This has long been a problem, but the impact of this was masked pre-pandemic because so many baby boomers stayed in the workforce longer than their retirement age. Staffing providers, employers, and educational institutions all have a role to play in addressing that skills gap. And the most impactful programs bring all three together. We're trying to do that within Kelly Certification Institute, where we are developing several programs to upskill and retrain workers. We have launched a GED Academy, for example, to help talent pass state exams, and are collaborating with clients like ICU Medical, who have dropped their high school diploma requirements for certain candidates so they can earn a living while obtaining their GED. We have also developed a registered apprenticeship program in collaboration with a local community college that combines on-the-job learning with technical education and connects companies in need of specialized talent with candidates looking to grow their careers. And we offer training and certifications to contingent workers interested in pursuing scientific and clinical positions. In times of talent pipeline disruption, companies must expand training and upskilling offerings. Continuous learning that takes place on the job is critical to developing talent that drives innovation and business growth. In conclusion, while the talent shortage is multifaceted, I would encourage employers in the audience to prioritize 3 factors that our Kelly research indicates are top of mind with job seekers today. Focus on the talent experience and stand out as a flexible employer. Remove barriers to work and stand up for the silent workforce. Offer upskilling opportunities and don't stand in the way of career development. Thank you for your time. I hope you will continue the conversation by sharing with each other the examples of how your company stands out and stands up for workers.